Please stand if you're able for the entry of the procession.
Chancellor. This convocation has been duly authorized and convened by the Senate for the purpose of conferring degrees. The candidates stand before you. Everything is in order. The mace is in place. The assembly now awaits your pleasure, sir.
Thank you. The convocation for Nipissing University is now in session. Thank you very much to our pipers who have piped 5 convocations this week. I want to recognize them before we get started. Please remain standing for our national anthem. Thank you. I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Dave Smits, Chair of Nipissing University Board of Governors, who will provide the invocation. Please remain standing if you are able.
Thank you, Paul. On this auspicious day, which for many of us gathered here marks both an end and a beginning, on behalf of the Nipissing community as a whole, we want to acknowledge and recognize the efforts, love, and commitment of all of those who've made possible the journeys taken thus far. For education is a community endeavor. We sincerely hope that in the spirit of building strong and just communities, our graduates will continue their journeys guided by wisdom and an ongoing passion for learning. In the challenges they must inevitably face and the delights we wish for them, may they be generous and kind, open-hearted and wise, passionate and just. May they be a guide for others, and may their actions be a model worthy of emulation. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning, everyone. To our honored platform guests, members of the Board of Governors, members of the Senate, faculty, staff, graduates, students, and the many, many family, friends, and special guests here with us today at our 5th convocation ceremony. Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour, Anin. We are so grateful that Nipissing University is located in the traditional territory of the Nipissing First Nation, within the Robinson-Huron Treaty of 1850. We also acknowledge the nearby Anishinaabeg communities of Doki's First Nation and Tobogami First Nation. My name is Kevin Walmsley, and it is my honor to serve as President and Vice Chancellor of Nipissing University, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2024 Convocation Ceremony. I'm pleased to welcome our Chancellor, Paul Cook, our Board Chair, Dave Smits, my esteemed colleagues, the Stage Party, all of our professors, staff, and current students, and you, the graduates, and your friends and family. Today, we welcome a very special individual to North Bay, a person who has made a very special mark on the Canadian justice system, in Canadian federal politics, and in Canadian society more broadly. The Honorable Jody Wilson-Raybould has been at the forefront of leadership for Indigenous rights and reconciliation, democracy and governance, leadership, and justice. Jody has been an iconic leader within various ministerial roles in the federal government, a Crown Prosecutor, Commissioner of the BC Treaty Commission, and BC Regional Chief of the Assembly of First Nations. Today, we celebrate her contributions to Canada, and we are so fortunate to count the Honorable Jody Wilson-Raybould as one of our proud Nipissing University graduates in the class of 2024. Graduates, it is my distinct pleasure to serve as your President and Vice Chancellor. And as your President, it is my pleasure to attend all of the important university events, to celebrate the successes of our Nipissing University students and the successes of our faculty, who are so well represented here today, 35 members of faculty, to celebrate your accomplishments as you cross the stage, and our hard-working staff members who have served you so well are here. It's events like today which really mark the importance of what we do as a university community, and that is to celebrate your accomplishment of earning a degree from Nipissing University. As an academic and a scholar, I have to declare this the most important day in the calendar and my favorite day. We're here today to celebrate the granting of your degrees in the Faculty of Arts and Science, including Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Environmental Science, Bachelor of Arts, 3-year, Bachelor of Arts, 4-year, Bachelor of Science, 3-year, Bachelor of Science, 4-year, and Bachelor of Fine Arts. All of your energies and efforts over these past years culminate in your crossing the stage to announce your achievement and to signal a change in your lives, perhaps towards further education or employment or other endeavors. Today's ceremony signifies that this special place, Nipissing University, has been a part of your lives and has changed who you are as a person. But just as importantly, through your participation and contributions to all aspects of campus life, whether it's in the classroom, in residence, in student government, clubs, on our fields and courts, ice and snow, in community placements and service, you've been a very important part of changing the fabric of this university in your time with us. Because this is an institution that is always the sum of its changing constituent parts, always in motion, excuse me, and always striving to be a better place. Together, we are a community of scholars, both new and experienced. While you leave our halls of education today with an academic degree, please know that this is a designation that comes with great responsibility. It is indeed a privilege to attend university, to complete a degree, and you carry with you not just knowledge and facts and formulas and certifications. You've engaged in the process of learning, a process where the classroom is everywhere. It's academic, it's social, sometimes it's political, and you've been engaged with the process of building relationships with your mentors and the wonderful and supportive staff members who helped make this possible, and of course your fellow students who are now your friends. Attending so many events across campus over the course of the past 3 years, I've seen your work. I've seen your commitment and your talent and your energy as Nipissing students, and thus I am so very hopeful for the future because I see that it is in good hands. It's in your hands. Taking on the challenges that confront us in this world and seeing the great potential before all of you. When you leave us today to start this next chapter of your lives, I want you to think about making a commitment to the community where you will eventually settle, because it was a dedicated community that helped to support you to this point. And I also want you to think about a commitment of service to others. What better way to honor your experiences here at Nipissing? When you arrived at the university, you're open to ideas, open to possibilities. You came here to breathe in what others had to say. You came here to read, to analyze, and to think, but also to contribute. And that is the mark of a university, to serve as an intellectual oasis which builds not just a foundation of knowledge, but just as importantly, it builds the process of learning. So I ask you, as you head out with your degrees, do not forsake this process of learning. Don't close the door to ideas and possibilities just because you have your degree in hand. I challenge you to use your Nipissing degree, the knowledge and experience you've gained, to take the more difficult path and to build bridges with people you may disagree with. Build bridges between people to solve problems in our world. We live in a society with ever-widening chasms on the issues of the day. Please, I implore you to build bridges to help us find our way, and to be grateful for all that you have every day and today. So please take a moment to say thank you to those who helped you along the way. Perhaps your parents, siblings, grandparents, friends, your professors, our staff. Graduates, please give a wave and a round of applause to those who helped you along the way. Now for a little bit of housekeeping. Parents and friends, if you wish to take a photo of your graduate crossing the stage, please check the program to note when your graduate is expected on the stage. The graduates are going to approach over here in groups of 8 to 10, and parents and friends, you may approach up the center aisle with your cell phones and cameras. Use the center aisle when your graduate is approaching, and there will be staff there to guide you. And Chancellor Paul Cook and I would be pleased to take a photo with you. So graduates, you will be hooded on this little blue X. You're going to proceed over to that little blue X, and the Chancellor and I will be there if you'd care to take a photo. And I have strategically placed those flowers right there to remind you to exit this way behind me and not to fall off the front of the stage. Information about a photography service can be found in the QR code attached to the seat in front of you, and you'll also find some other good information in that code. This is the final convocation ceremony of 2024. And today's event includes graduates, as I've said, from the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. In closing, on the day of honoring this great achievement, a university degree, a Nipissing University degree, I congratulate you and wish you all the best. And I now invite the Chancellor, Dr. Paul Cook, to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. It is my pleasure to call upon Dr. Ann Barbara Graff to provide the citation for the honorary degree to Jody Wilson-Rabel. I invite Jody to stand beside the podium while the citation is being read.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure today of introducing the Honorable Jody Wilson-Raybould. As a lawyer, advocate, and leader among Canada's Indigenous peoples, Judy has built a strong reputation as a bridge builder and champion of good governance and accountability. Jody was elected as MP for the new constituency of Vancouver-Granville in 2015. She was then appointed as the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada, making her the first Indigenous person to serve in that portfolio. In January 2019, she was appointed the Minister of Veterans Affairs of Canada and Associate Minister of National Defence, position she held until her resignation from Cabinet in February 2019. During the 2019 election, Judy was re-elected as the independent Member of Parliament for Vancouver-Granville, making her Canada's first ever female independent MP elected and the only elected independent member in the 43rd Parliament of Canada. Jody was a provincial Crown Prosecutor in Vancouver and served 3 terms as an elected Commissioner of the BC Treaty Commission. She was also elected BC Regional Chief of the Assembly of First Nations in 2019, where she devoted herself to the advancement of First Nations governance, fair access to land and resources, as well as improved education and healthcare services. Jody is a descendant of the Musqueam, Zawandinenuk, and Likwata peoples, which are also part of the Kwakwala-speaking peoples. She is a member of the Kwkwate Nation, and her traditional name is Puglas, which means woman born to noble people. She served 2 terms as elected councillor for her nation and was director and chair of the First Nations Finance Authority and also director of the First Nations Lands Advisory Board. Jody is the national #1 best-selling author of Indian in the Cabinet, Speaking Truth to Power, From Where I Stand, Building Indigenous Nations for a Stronger Canada, and the new book out, which I'm sure you're all reading, True Reconciliation, How to Be a Force for Change. Mr. Chancellor, I wish to certify that the Academic Senate and Board of Governors of Nipissing University have duly approved the candidate presented before you to receive an honorary doctorate of letters, honoris causa, from this institution, and I hereby accordingly request that you confer the degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon Jody Wilson-Raybould the degree of Doctor of Lettuce, honoris causa.
Galakasla, thank you so much. What an incredible honor, and what an incredibly exciting day. It is indeed my pleasure to be here on the ancestral lands of the Nipissing First Nation, the Anishinaabe lands recognized and protected by the Robinson-Huron Treaty of 1850. So first, as we've heard, let me say also congratulations. Congratulations to all of you, the graduates of 2024, on this milestone achievement in your life. And I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to share in this special day with you. And to the Nipissing University community, Galakasla, for the recognition and that you've given me and for honoring my lineage. So I can barely see you, but I did see you walking in, and looking at you, I'm remembering back to when I was in your seat graduating so many years ago. I was too surrounded by family and friends, and I remember feeling great pride, certainly anticipation about what was next to come. I hope this day, or as this day unfolds, you acknowledge and hold one another up for the distinct paths and efforts each of you have taken to get to this moment in time. Let me just further introduce myself. My name, again, is Puglas, which means a woman born to noble people. I come from the Musqueam, Zawadinuk, and Liquidat people of northern Vancouver Island, just off the west coast of British Columbia. We are part of the Kwakwaka'wakw Nation, also known as the Kwakwala-speaking people. I come from a matrilineal society where descent is traced and property is inherited through the female line, and where women carry high-rank roles and knowledge. We are a potlatching people, which is our traditional form of governance, one that we still practice today. It is here where names are passed down and responsibilities are passed down from generation to generation. My father, Bill Wilson, his name is Himas Klalilikla. My mother, Sandy Wilson. My grandmother, who is the matriarch of our clan, the Eagle clan, was Ethel Pearson. Her Kwakwala name was Pugladi, which means a good host. This is a name that was given to my sister Corey, who is here today, and she carries this name. I'm also joined by my husband, Dr. Tim Raybould. So my grandmother ensured that my sister and I knew our culture, our values, the laws of our big house, and how to conduct ourselves as leaders. I am grateful to have come from a strong and loving family. I was raised to be proud of who I am, to know where I come from, to believe in myself, and to recognize my rights and responsibilities. I was raised to lead from a very young age. I was raised with a sense of community, duty, and the need to give back, to use my skills and abilities such as they are to ultimately improve quality of life. Now, when I introduce myself in this way, I'm trying to convey a number of things. First, to share something with you, something about the people and culture of which I am a part, and my connection to who has come before me and who will come after. This speaks to my responsibility to play my role within my culture, to carry on the laws, traditions, and protocols that have sustained my people over time. Now, secondly, it extends a hand, my hand, our hand, to you and your family and community, so that we can begin to relate to one another, knowingly and intentionally, being able to see, learn, and to love each other with knowledge of each other. In doing so, it exemplifies the worldview of my people and of many Indigenous peoples, that is integrative in orientation and focuses on seeing interconnections and mutuality in all of creation, between and among peoples, between generations, between everything in the natural world, and between the spiritual and physical dimensions of human existence. And for me, when I say those words, I remind myself of the importance of knowing oneself. All of you, I am sure, have likely already experienced tremendous peaks and valleys, joy and success, as well as tests and challenges in your lives. And inevitably, as is intrinsic in our human condition and reality, that each and every one of us, you, will continue to experience these peaks and valleys in life. Today is certainly a peak, a moment of tremendous joy and accomplishment. And it may have felt a little bit like a valley along the way, but hey, you made it to this moment. But at risk of sounding or being a bit of a downer on such a joyous day, let me share with you some advice on facing the valleys that you may inevitably experience in the future. So when I face challenges in life, whether in my public life as a minister in a government or in my private life, knowing myself, where I come from, has been a source of courage and resilience, a source of courage and resilience that I have needed to persevere through them. It is what has kept me on the straight path when I found myself in challenging circumstances. Yes, some of them have been incredibly very public situations that I never expected to find myself in. When asked how I navigated those hard days, I speak about a litmus test that I have for myself. Now, my litmus test is very simple. When I look at myself in the mirror, can I see myself, who I am, who I was raised to be? If the image was getting at all blurry, I knew I was not making the right choices. I focused and I keep focused on keeping the image crisp and clear, and doing that meant making the choices that I did. I know that the absent that litmus test, absent truly knowing myself, the tests and difficulties I face would be far more challenging and potentially disruptive and destructive in their impact. Indeed, it is when we do not have grounding and for whatever reason we lose sight of our roots and our values that potential negative impacts of life's challenges can become more profound. Now, I imagine you, as I say this, may be sitting there reflecting on yourself and those you love and care for, and how challenges are being navigated, and perhaps how knowing yourself has helped you confront them. I hope you are, anyway. And as you reflect, let me add another dimension to knowing oneself. I've been speaking about knowing oneself as an individual, but this is a collective challenge. As Canadians, we are still collectively reflecting on the story of who we are as a country. Only now are we increasingly gaining the collective knowledge and having conversations that we need to have in order to understand who we are as a nation. Specifically, I am talking about reconciling our history as a country with respect to Indigenous peoples. I always say that I am incredibly proud to be an Indigenous person in this country, but I'm equally proud to be a Canadian. Yet I believe it is important to recognize that we, as a country, Canada, have never really known ourselves and therefore struggle to understand what we can become, what our potential is. We are still becoming who we are. So when Canada was founded, Indigenous peoples were not there. Colonization left Indigenous peoples on the outside and moved First Nations onto reserves, outlawed our traditional forms of government and laws, attacked our children and family systems. But of course, we are still here. We are always going to be here. First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples with diverse languages, cultures, traditions, and ways of life. Canada did not know itself when it was founded. It did not know this land, who was here, and how it had been stewarded for countless generations. It has been slow progress, but it is changing. And while sometimes it doesn't feel that way, today I believe that we are in a hopeful moment in terms of advancing true reconciliation. A moment of rupture and transition where every day more and more of us are learning our true history, understanding different worldviews, and striving to act in ways that support recognition, resurgence, and reconciliation. Many have contributed to bringing us to this moment, a moment where I think we do see hopeful change. The path was laid by generations of Indigenous peoples who often had to toil in the shadows to keep Indigenous cultures and knowledge alive. This courage, risk, and sacrifice of so many people, including my grandmother Pugladi, to keep traditions alive, to keep the big house and the potlatch alive in the face of Canada's efforts to eradicate them, so future generations, my generation and the generations to come, could know it, live it, and exercise it, is what allows me and others like me to know myself today, to take a path. As a young girl growing up in a small fishing village on an island off the west coast of British Columbia, I could never have imagined was fathomable or possible. And it is also what allows us today to do our work together so that Canada can finally know itself, to build a shared story, a truthful story of who we are and how we got here. And for the first time, to set a path to the future together. And only in doing that will we strengthen our social cohesion, systems and structures that will build resilience in Canada that can withstand the great changes and challenges of today here in Canada and around the world, from climate change, intolerance of others, economic security, and so on. We all have a role to play. And Canada has a role to play. So my message to you today is simple. Know yourself and your values. Be proud of who you are and where you come from. It is your guide through life. It is what brings joy and provides resilience and strength. It is what is most hopeful today. Yes, you have graduated, and that is, of course, a tremendous achievement. But even more so is that this accomplishment reflects how you have been striving to know yourself more and more through learning, discovering your passions, and laying the foundation for your futures. And as each of you take your next steps on your path, I also challenge you to play your role in helping Canada to know itself, being agents of reconciliation and characters in the shared story we are building of our collective future, knowing that your voice matters. So in closing, heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. We all look forward to bearing witness to what you are going to achieve into the future, and please know that we will all be there cheering you on. Galakasla, thank you so much.
On behalf of Nipissing University, it is my distinct pleasure to congratulate Dr. Jody Wilson-Raybould, to thank her for sharing her story, to thank you for providing words of encouragement and inspiration, and last but not least, to welcome her to our Lakers family. An honor song is an Indigenous way to celebrate and to show respect to a particular person or group of people. Today, Jacob Day Fox will perform an honor song to commend the 2024 graduates of Nipissing University. During his performance, please stand and refrain from taking photographs or videos. Jacob? Thank you, Jacob. We will now confer the degrees. Please be seated. As the names are read, the reader will also recognize any graduates who are receiving awards. The candidates then will walk up the ramp to be met by the Dean, Dr. Dan Walters, to be hooded, then officially admitted by myself as the Chancellor, and receive congratulations from the President. We encourage faculty to stand and congratulate the graduates as they walk across the stage. We also encourage the audience to celebrate and give applause. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Nathan Colburn, the Associate Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Science. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts. Patrick Aurel Armand Fournier. Jacqueline Judy Girard, recipient of the President's Gold Medal. Christian Johnson. Katie Whelan. B.J. Zabacott. Carol Zabacott, graphic designer and external relations, will be hooding her husband, B.J. Zabacott. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Master of Environmental Science. Dawson Meacham. Rebecca Snyder. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Master of Environmental Studies. Megan Lozicki Paulin. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts 4 years. Ria Albin, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science. Social welfare. Carter Atkins. Kennedy Atwell. Isabella Barbero. Lena Bates. Olivia Boot. Abigail Boulanger. Ethan Boyd. Nicole Braz. Cassidy Lois Brooks. Brendan Brown. Anna Brownlee, recipient of the J.W. Proficiency Awards in Science, Environmental Science. Aurora Buckley. Grace Buting. Vanessa Byrne. Abigail Cade. Lauren Carlson. Kayla Carnero. Joshua Carr. Natasha Castillo. Paj Therese Chautran, recipient of the J.W. Tressler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science, Gender Studies. Gemma Victoria Chatton, recipient of the J.W. Tressler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science, Child and Family Studies. Michael Chirico. Brandon Colatosti. Julia Wabi Coleman. Tess Cuddy, recipient of the Dr. Robert L. Cassidy Award in English Studies and the J.W. Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science in English Studies. Jessica Curtis. Madison Dales. Taylor Madeline Davis. Jacob Dayfox. Mitchell William Dean, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science and Classics. Julia Delorme. Alexandra Dugas. Julia Enerson. Theodore Einboden. Megan Ennis. Megan Etier. Taylor Evans. Amber Everson. Charles Farmer. Colby Fleury. Madeline Forsey. Riley Forth. Megan Foucault. Ellie Gagne. Simon Gallant. Brittany Gallinger. Brady Gerber. Courtney Gingras. Brody Goodhue. Julia Hogan. Lyndon Joseph Hoagkamp. Noah Hoyt. Arlene Jackson. Christopher Jakumovsky. Jonathan Jameson. Caitlin Junot. Elizabeth Younger, recipient of the J.W. Tressler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science and Geography. Vanessa Kidd. Kyle Kingshot. Christine Marie Kipper. Grace Knight, recipient of the President's Gold Medal. Georgia Michelle Ann Cosin. Reed Raymond Peter Lafleur. Sarah Ligori. Abigail McNeil. Amber Micah. Mackenzie Marks. Tyler Mayhew, recipient of the Stan Michael Lawler Memorial Award in History. James Carmen McCurdy. Riley Xavier Tiberius McEntee, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science, Political Science. Nadia McGilligan. Gabrielle McKinney. Gabrielle McMullen. Chloe Mielhausen. Matthew Miller. Sophia McIntosh Milner. Taylor Gail Lynn Mitchner. Sadine Obeid. Abby Overland. Mackenzie Parent. Brianna Pett. Hannah Porter. Emily Prevost, recipient of the Smith Award. Emily Prue. Kaya Kwan Heffron. Rebecca Ann Reinhardt, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Award in Arts and Science for Religions and Cultures. Beverly Richardson. Charity May Rose Ritchie. Sina Schultz. Macy Schroeder. Riley R. Scott. Lyra Shepard. Erica Simon. Kathleen Skripchuk. Sophia Southern. Sophia Stanistreet. Madison Mackenzie Suffel. Megan Taylor. Dawson Thompson, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science and Indigenous Studies. Nalea Boyd. Kieran Martin. Sarah Tipping. Jordan Wilson. Emma Todd. Sydney Morgan Torkos. Max Towers. Keats Vanderlee. Dr. Rick Vanderlee, professor in the Faculty of Education and Professional Studies, School of Nursing, will be putting their son, Keats Vanderlee. Daisy Winkle. Faith Yohani. Ava Vuxen. Olivia Westbrook. Owen Alexander Woodall. Jacqueline Young. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, 3 years. Ingrid Bigety, recipient of the Catherine L. Peters Indigenous Student Award, Postgraduate Studies. Margie Victoria Bradley Reeder. Kira Burns. Alexis Butler. Amy Connolly. Kennedy Page Keurig Corbett. Jaden Gurman. Megan Ann Marie Griffith. Tyler LaMarche. Sadie Laporte. Alexandra LeBeouf. Aiden James Matthews. Jaden McLeod. Jose Perron, recipient of the President's Gold Medal. Tara Lynn Remillard. Shaylin Grace Roberts. Monique Sutherland. Peter Wynn. Sisa Walker. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts honors. Bailey Couts, recipient of the Dr. Paul Kelly Scholarship in Fine Arts. Matthew Daw, recipient of the President's Gold Medal. Jada Dejoux. Hannah Cast. Stuart Duncan. Emily Pines. Savannah Searle. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, 4 years. Andrea Omerlon, recipient of the Owen Ilkaz Tunkali Award and the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science for Mathematics. Jackson Blasco. Uli Bodnar. Melanie Brous. Nicholas Cameron. Haley Clayton. Haley Kelly DeGagne. Caitlin Dubois. Jessica Marianne Emerton. Ethan James John Etienne. Olivia Constance Ann Federley. Jasmine Gall, recipient of the Governor General's Academic Silver Medal and the President's Gold Medal. Jackson Gurman. Jasmine Hamilton. Samuel Henry. Quinn Hermiston. Annie Sona Kaleshan Johnson. Sydney Danielle Jonker. Annalie Junkala. Amanda Kirsten, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science for ENBT. Timothy Koskinen. Xander Katanko. Sydney Kuno. Sydney is also receiving their Bachelor of Arts honors specialization in environmental geography. Elise Lahman. Bella Lord. Campbell McLean. Joshua Kevin Middleton. Lauren Mogridge. Alyssa Nakef. McKinley Naughton. Haley Nethery, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science and Psychology. Marnie Leclerc, International Academic Advisor, will be hooding their daughter, Haley Nethery. Kira O'Hagan, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science and Biology. Dr. Sean O'Hagan, Associate Professor in the Faculty of Arts and Science, will be hooding his daughter, Kira O'Hagan. Kyle Pawson. Haley Robertson. Xander Rusnak, recipient of the J.W. Trussler Proficiency Awards in Arts and Science for Computer Science. Brandon Small. Maya Spence. Morgan Stewart. Naomi Suter. Aiden Tucker. Jackson Vilmer McCutcheon. Alexis Welsh. Abigail Whalen. Alexa Yashishin. Mr. Chancellor, following are the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, 3 years. Massimo Anzini. Jaden Chaussee. Sarah Faulkner, recipient of the President's Gold Medal. Satvinder Kaur.
Will the candidates for degrees please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I wish to certify that all the graduates who have been presented to you today, whether in person or name only, as approved by Senate, have successfully completed the course of study prescribed by the Senate of this university and have been awarded the degree or diploma to which they are entitled. I hereby accordingly request that you formally confer the award upon them.
In accordance with the laws of the province, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I hereby confer upon you these decrees and diplomas. This is my very favorite part of being your Chancellor. Honored guests, may I introduce to you the 2024 graduates of the Faculty of Arts and Science. Please be seated. At this time, I'm delighted to introduce Laurel Muldoon, President of the Nipissing University Alumni Advisory Board, who will share greetings on behalf of the Alumni Board. Laurel?
Dear Lakers, my name is Laurel Muldoon, and I stand proudly before you today as President of the Nipissing Alumni Advisory Board. I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts Honors in Environmental Geography in 2015 and a Master's in Environmental Science in 2019. I am honored to extend my heartfelt congratulations to every one of you on this momentous occasion. As you stand on the precipice of a new chapter in your life, it is essential to recognize that today, you officially become part of the esteemed community of over 42,000 Nipissing alumni from around the world. Your dedication, determination, and hard work have brought you to this stage, and the Nipissing Alumni Advisory Board stands in awe of your accomplishments during your time at our esteemed institution. On the threshold of your new journey, it's essential for you to take a moment to reflect the experiences that have shaped you into the individual that you are today. The bonds you have forged, the knowledge you have gained, and the experience you have cherished during your time at Nipissing will forever be part of the tapestry of your life. Each challenge you face, every triumph you've celebrated, and all of the memories you have made have contributed to your growth and your development. As you begin this new phase in your lives, carry with you the Nipissing pride that has been instilled in you. Continue to uphold the values and the spirit of our alma mater and positively impact the world around you. It is with great pride that we as the Alumni Board pledge to continue nurturing this relationship and providing avenues for you to stay connected with your professors and your peers in the years to come. As you start on this exciting new adventure, we cordially invite you to the upcoming homecoming event on September 20th to 22nd. This year's homecoming event promises an incredible opportunity for alumni, students, staff, and faculty to unite, reunite with old friends, and create new memories. Watch out for your exclusive invitation in our forthcoming July email tailored to new graduates. We can't wait to celebrate with you. We encourage you to remain engaged with the university by following Nipissing alumni on social media, staying updated through our monthly e-newsletter, and participating in exclusive alumni events in your area. By staying connected, you will access numerous benefits and discounts reserved exclusively for our esteemed alumni. We also encourage you to explore alumni website for guidance during this transitional phase. In conclusion, Lakers, I offer you my most sincere congratulations to each and every one of you. I invite you to join us after the ceremony in Gym A for a celebratory reception where you can mingle with your fellow alumni and celebrate this remarkable milestone. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Laurel. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Tiandra Miller, Vice President, Advocacy and Awareness, who will share greetings on behalf of the Nipissing University Student Union. Tiandra?
Dear graduates, distinguished faculty members, and honored guests, on behalf of the Nipissing University Student Union, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to all of you who are graduating today. This is a momentous occasion that marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. You should be proud of yourselves, and I hope that you take a moment to reflect on all that you have achieved. We are proud of each and every one of you, and we know that you will go on to achieve great things in your chosen fields. I personally am confident in all of you. As graduates, you have gained a deep understanding of the complexities of the world we live in and the skills to make a meaningful impact on society. Your degrees have equipped you with the knowledge and expertise to tackle the challenges facing our planet, from social inequality to sharing creativity. Making it through the hurdles of academic life is not easy, and it's impossible to do it alone. As graduates, you should be proud of all that you have accomplished, but you should also recognize the support that you received along the way. From your family, friends, and supporters who encouraged you when you felt disheartened, to the faculty and staff who provided guidance and expertise, to your peers who offered a listening ear and a sympathetic shoulder, and to the North Bay community that welcomed you with open arms. All of these individuals and groups played a role in helping you reach your milestone. Your success is a testament not only to your own hard work and dedication, but to the power of community and the importance of having a support system. Remember to thank those who helped you along the way and pay it forward by being a source of support and encouragement to others. We hope you will look back at this chapter fondly, whether it was running for the bus or running away from geese, watching beautiful sunsets, finding groundhogs, having a closet of only blue and green clothes, or trying to navigate those crooked stairs. We are confident the memories and friendships you have made will still make you smile in years to come. Graduates, your education has given you a unique set of skills and a perspective on the world that few possess. Use your knowledge and expertise to make a positive difference in the world, and always remember the value of what you've learned. Through everything you went through that led you to this point, please be proud of yourself and continue to bring that strength you gained with you throughout your life. Now is the time to take a breath and smile at this moment because you made it. Congratulations, you have accomplished a great milestone, and we are proud of all that you've achieved. We wish you all the best as you move forward in your careers, and we know that you will make us proud. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, I leave you with these words from John Keating, played by the late, great Robin Williams in Dead Poets Society. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change this world. Congratulations, and go Lakers.
Thank you, Tiandra. I would now like to invite Jasmine Gal to the stage. I have the honor of acknowledging the Governor General's Academic Silver Medal on behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Mary Simon. This medal is awarded for academic excellence to the student who graduates with the highest academic standing from an undergraduate level degree program. This year, the Governor General's Academic Gold Medal is awarded to Jasmine Gal, BSc.
I invite the following graduates to join Jasmine on the stage. Jacqueline Gerard, Akuthan Shanmugaratnam, Christopher Arledge, Sarah Faulkner, Grace Knight, Jose Perron, Matthew Daw. The President's Gold Medal is presented to the student who attains the highest academic average in all courses in their degree program. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipients are Jacqueline Gerard, Master of Arts, Akuthan Shanmugaratnam, Master of Science, Christopher Arledge, Master in Environmental Science, Jasmine Gall, Bachelor of Science, Sarah Faulkner, Bachelor of Science, Grace Knight, Bachelor of Arts, Jose Perron, Bachelor of Arts, Matthew Daw, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Congratulations, everyone.
I would like to invite Dr. Dennis Geeden to join me on the stage. The title of Professor Emeritus is conferred upon faculty who have rendered distinguished service to the university through teaching, research, or scholarship. Dr. Geeden was born in 1944 and raised beside Lake Nipissing in North Bay, Ontario, Canada. After graduation from George Williams School of Art in Montreal, he presented 4 critically acclaimed solo exhibitions of his paintings and prints at La Simaise Gallery, Toronto, from 1970 to its closing in 1975. During La Simaise years, he spent an enlightening winter creating a portfolio of 10 limited edition prints at Atelier des Jaubert in Paris, France. This inspired an enduring interest in large cities with major art collections and archives and led to the creation of another portfolio of prints at Curwen's Studio in London, in the UK, and then major exhibitions of his paintings at Canada House, Canadian Embassy, London, UK in 1984, and Le Centre Culturel Canadien, Paris, France. Over the years, Dennis Geeden's studio work and research interests have primarily focused on figurative and narrative art. Exhibitions of his paintings and limited edition prints have been mounted in numerous private, alternate, and public galleries throughout Canada, the United Kingdom, Europe, and the United States. His artwork is held in notable public collections including the Tate Gallery, London, Montreal's Museum of Fine Art, Bibliothèque Nationale in Paris, France, and the Canada Council Art Bank in Ottawa. Dennis Geeden was honored as an honorary doctorate of letters from Nipissing University in 2001 and joined the university's visual art program in 2003 as an assistant professor, then an associate professor in 2008, and a full professor in 2018. Dennis retired as professor of fine arts from Nipissing University in 2021. He continues to study art collections in large cities and spends as much time as possible in his studio on the shore of Lake Nipissing. It is my pleasure to award the distinction of Professor Emeritus to Dr. Dennis Geeden.
Congratulations, Dennis. I would ask Dr. Gilly Phillips to join me on the stage. The Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching, FASBU, was established to recognize full-time faculty with an outstanding record of teaching, including evidence of engagement with the scholarship of teaching and learning, and evidence of sustained innovation in teaching practice, including, but not limited to, in areas such as teaching collaborations, experiential learning, interdisciplinary teaching, and those who play a significant role in the education of Nipissing University students. Dr. Phillips is a professor in the Department of English Studies at Nipissing. She has a PhD and an MA in English from the University of Western Ontario and a BA Honours in English from the University of British Columbia. Gilly has been teaching at Nipissing University since 1998. Her principal areas of academic expertise include British modernism, Caribbean and Southern African writing, and 1930s film. More recently, she has been teaching and researching in areas of sports literature, outdoor adventure, post-colonial, eco-criticism. Some of the land-focused courses that Gilly teaches include a second-year film course called Outdoor Adventure on Screen, a third-year course about eco-anxiety, incorporating experiential learning called Reading Green with help from the Heritage Gardeners of North Bay, and a fourth-year seminar called Into the Wild. A particular passion for her is learning from and teaching on the land, and she is deeply indebted to elder and knowledge keeper Larry McLeod Chabagjizik from the Nipissing First Nation for generously sharing his knowledge about teaching, land, and spirituality. They have co-developed and taught a unique first-year course held outdoors called Literature on the Land, combining Anishinaabe land teachings and the study of literature written by Anishinaabe authors. Their pedagogical practice, which Larry draws from many years of experience in diverse educational settings, foregrounds, relationships with people, place, and traditional knowledge. Over the years, he has worked with teachers who are stuck in confined world of information, and he enjoys seeing teachers of others sparkle as they become aware of their own gifts. Gilly considers Larry to be her teacher, and with his guidance continues to grow as a teacher herself. It is indeed my pleasure to award Dr. Gilly Phillips the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching. I now invite Dr. Kevin Walmsley to come forward with some words of thanks.
I have 2 tasks to complete before the end of the ceremony. We're getting very close to the end of the proceedings for the 2024 Convocation season and the graduating class. And so 3 years ago, I met an individual who's become a good friend, who was very helpful in serving the President's office, Nipissing University. In fact, he's served Nipissing University for a long, long time, but served in a formal capacity in bringing the community to Nipissing and Nipissing to our community in North Bay. Can't say enough about his contributions to this university, but we mark this occasion because today it is his 8th and final convocation. He has conferred degrees upon Nipissing graduates for 8 years, 40 convocation ceremonies, and today is his last one, and I would like you all to stand and recognize Dr. Paul Cook, our Chancellor. I wanted to get him a little teared up before he comes back to the mic. And now I want to do something extremely important. As you look around you, you'll notice that our campus, our gymnasia have been transformed. You see blue mats down, you see podia, ramps, a stage, lights, music, audio-visual, you see parchment degrees, you see robes, you see hoods, you have grades that are calculated, you have flowers. All of our floors out there are sparkling. We have fresh paint on the walls. It's all because our community of staff members comes together once a year and works hundreds of hours to make this week happen. They drive golf carts to pick people up. There's food for our staff, and we're going to transform this gymnasium this afternoon with that very staff for a gala evening tonight, so we're still at it until late today. Many of them work so many hours to make this happen, and I would like to invite all of those members of the team who made that happen, in particular Abby Blazchek, who coordinated much of this. All of our staff members, please come on the stage to be recognized. What a wonderful team we have at Nipissing University. Thank you all. And now please get off the stage before it breaks.
Okay. All that stands between you and your post-graduation celebration are a few final remarks from me as your Chancellor, and in recognition of that, I will try to keep my comments brief. I wish to begin my address today by thanking our past president, Dr. Mike DeGagne, and our current president, Dr. Kevin Walmsley, for the incredible, unique, and rewarding opportunity to fulfill the role of Chancellor for Nipissing University for the past 8 years. It has been an honor for me to serve as the 4th Chancellor in the proud history of Nipissing University. All the convocations I have participated in over the years have been very special. These this week will be the most memorable. As you heard, they will be my last. When I was installed as your Chancellor, I set 4 goals for myself. These were to raise the profile of Nipissing University, to build lasting and meaningful partnerships between our institution and our community, to support the board, the office of the president, and our faculty and staff, and most importantly, to enrich student life and contribute towards student success. I wish to take this opportunity to thank the board, the office of the president, our faculty and staff, and our students for always making me feel welcome and for their ongoing support as I attempted to achieve these goals. I congratulate each of you on your commitment and dedication that have earned you a degree from Nipissing University. And while I know you have made sacrifices, it is also important to recognize that your families, partners, and friends have also made sacrifices on your behalf. In fact, a number of the people in this room, including many parents, will no doubt be continuing to pay for these sacrifices for many years to come. At this time, I think it is appropriate for us to collectively thank these people for all of the love and support they have provided to you on your academic journey. The best part of being your Chancellor has always been the opportunity to meet and interact with our students. During my time here, I have always asked students, why did you choose Nipissing University and why were you successful? In their responses to these questions, students usually identified the size of our institution, including classroom sizes, as well as the reputation of our friendly, professional, and caring faculty as the reasons for attending Nipissing University and the reason they experience student success. Many of your faculty have joined us here today. I invite you to join me in recognizing them for all the support they have provided to you during your time here at Nipissing University. Like your alumni, I encourage you to stay in touch with Nipissing University. We are always excited and proud to hear about your milestones as you move forward with your lives. Come to an alumni event, keep in touch with a favorite professor or coach, and use some of the alumni benefits to which you are entitled. Your professors, and indeed this institution, have made investments in you just as you have invested in your education, and we hope to continue this relationship as you make your way in the world as a proud Laker. American television journalist and author Tom Brokaw once said, "You are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of this as a ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world." And the world Mr. Brokaw is referring to in this quote has become a very complex and at times challenging place to live in. Without doubt, we require more leaders, both in public and private sector jobs, in all levels of government, and within our communities. So my charge to you is this. Although your university has no right to dictate to you the causes you will champion or the ideologies you will adopt, it does have the right to challenge each of you to go from this place and to make a difference. And this is in fact my challenge to you. It is a real substantive challenge to do something more than sitting back and letting your life unfold while you watch the show. You need to look no further than today's honorary degree recipient for a role model for your own future behavior. You can affect and lead change. You can have an impact on the lives of others, and you can and should try to make a difference each and every day. This is your day. Enjoy it. Go out and celebrate responsibly tonight, and get up tomorrow ready to go out and make a difference. Congratulations and best of luck, Lakers. Convocation is now dismissed.